Irvine, the road up to the state meet, Bethan Knights, senior, Northwood High School, getting ready for her final race, at least in the state of California. There might be some post-state stuff going on, but at least we know that it'll be the last time that she represents Northwood up at Buchanan High School in Clovis Saturday night in the big 3200 finale. And Bethan, like we talked earlier on, no OC runner has ever won this championship, so I know obviously that's a drive and a motivation in and of itself. Only 3 runners ever in California have gone under 10 minutes at the state meet, 2 of which came in that great 2008 race with Jordan Jose and Lorraine Shadelaw, the other obviously being Kim Mortensen, the national high school record holder. So with all those things kind of on your plate and swirling around in your head and your coaches' heads and whatnot, what is just winning the state championship? I mean, is that going to be satisfaction enough for you, or are you hoping to get kind of the whipped cream nuts and a cherry along with it as well?
Definitely winning the state meet has been the goal of the entire season, and I think that that's just a huge achievement to go for. So I would be extremely happy just to be at this point and have the opportunity to really go for it. It's just something that's incredible, and I will be happy to walk away with that title. Whatever else happens is just cherry on the top.
Okay. If I had told you at the beginning of this whole high school year, that I mean, certainly your work ethic reflects it, your passion for the sport reflects it, but if you were going to put yourself in a position to be mentioned among the great cross-country runners ever to toe the line in the state, the great 8-lappers ever to get on a track in the entire country, I'm sure that was part of the goal structure, but to actually make it happen, I mean, how rewarding, how gratifying has this journey been for you to kind of thrust yourself in that conversation with some of the best who have ever done it over the course of 30 or 40 years?
It's just more than I could have ever asked for. Even training throughout the summer for cross country, I kind of had that goal in my mind, I want to be the state champion this year, and that definitely seemed realistic. But if I had thought as far forward to the end of track season and the point that I'm at now, I couldn't have expected any of this success to have been what it is, and I just feel blessed to have had the races that I had and the seasons, both the cross country and track seasons that I've had, and they've been more than I could have asked for. I think it's just been a reflection of hard training and just belief from my coaches and my family and just everyone around me, all the support. It's just been amazing.
As fans and historians of the sport, when we saw that race at Mount Carmel back in March with you and Sarah, I think everybody was hoping for, part 2 or act 2 or part 3 or act 3 at the Masters in the state meet. Just as a competitor, what was your reaction when you learned that after CIF prelims that she wasn't going to compete anymore? I mean, whether she was going to compete against you or Anna Maxwell or anybody else, just obviously knowing how important it is to take care of your body and try to injury prevention and stuff like that. What was kind of going on in your mind or in your heart at that time, knowing that, hey, we're not if we're going to have a chance to race again, it's not going to be until we get to college?
Yeah, I definitely was bummed just because it would have been cool to have the opportunity to compete against her again. Just after the Mount Carmel race, it's been one of the highlight races of the season, just my whole high school career, and something I won't forget. So it would have been cool to definitely have that chance again. But knowing that we're both going to Pac-12s and that I'll get to compete with her in college, I think that would be a great opportunity. And I've just been lucky this season that I haven't been injured, and it's obviously something that, even as much as to try and prevent it, there's always going to be, it always happens, even to the best of us. So, I just hope that she is able to recover, and I'm looking forward to competing against her in college. Yeah. Very
cool. And the last thing, as we talked about previously, Alexa Efrenson from Washington sets the national high school record last week in the 16, breaking a record that had stood for quite a while from Christine Babcock, down here in your neck of the woods from Woodbridge. Just as a competitor, I mean, whether it happens on Saturday night or not, but just as a competitor, does that kind of fire you up to say, hey, how sweet would it be to to have my moment on Saturday night, and if everything lined up, the weather, the competition, how you feel, does that kind of give you a little extra juice to say like, hey, I'd love to make it 2 national records in 8 days in the sport?
Yeah, it's cool. It just kind of shows me like records can be broken, and like there's just such a great time in women's running. I feel like there's so many great runners right now that everyone's just kind of pushing each other to do these incredible times and show that we can we can do these times too. And I think that it's just a great age to be in this running time right now. I don't know. It's
we're in a bubble and we're enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I think that definitely it's very inspiring that she was able to do that, and I think that definitely motivates me to try and go after something special.
Okay. Well, we know whatever the outcome is, that we know you're going to give it your all, just like you have the entire year, and it's been an amazing year, a historical year, and we know it's not finished. So we wish you the best of luck on Saturday, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.